Wait, this is just 3-0? Oh, no, it's 3-2. I was gaining time. Okay, Alapin Gambit. Alapin Gambit against a strong player. Let's go. That is a good question. Do I have a good Gambit against the Grob? You're really, like outdoing them. I mean, anybody who plays G4 is not gonna be, like, the normal type. To begin with. It's really a no-you kind of situation. Anyway, we got the Gambit glasses on because they have taken our Alapin Gambit. Knight takes f3, we play bishop d3, and we've taken the most important diagonal on the board. And opponent smartly is delaying castling. I say smartly because they would get mated otherwise. So, how do we get them? Probably we just go to g3 and attack what we can. For starters. I mean, really anything is good. You want to develop, you want to just, like, improve things. All these are useful moves. But... And I feel like my plans kind of vary a little bit against castle delayers in this. Basically, the issue for black is that if they castle, I was going to go queen h4. I think you guys may have seen this a number of times. Put a lot of pressure on h7. Knight there is frozen, defending checkmate. Cannot move at all to reveal any of this, because I will checkmate you. Assuming they're castled and my queen's here, owing to these guys. Can't play h6 to relieve that, because I control another diagonal, where I will sacrifice and checkmate you. Oh my goodness, that's desperate. Oh, wow. Okay. Now we're cooking. Now it is cooking time. Wowee. Alright. Everybody forward. Wow. To defend g7, they undeveloped one of their only developed pieces. Because they didn't want to castle against this that badly. Basically, long story short, queen and bishop against the castle king there. You just put a ton of pressure on that knight. Bishop there, rook there. You just try and take it. a6. So trying to keep away from bishop b5 here. But, oh my goodness. Alright, I'm looking right there. It's 3+2, so we got a little bit of time to figure this one out. I mean, I do like bishop g5, but I probably shouldn't allow that. Can't go wrong with just an ac3. Can't go wrong with c4 to maybe prepare something like this. Question is, what do we hit? How do I stop knight d7 from being their next move? What do we hit? I think I'm going to go here. Developing is key. And against knight d7, I'm probably just going to play bishop g5. So yeah, I mean, their purpose of a6... Oh, they want an ac6. Well, so they don't want bishop b5 in this position because their king's still in the middle. They want their queen to be able to go somewhere to be able to escape. Interesting idea is just to play rook d1, or to play like knight e4. Put a lot of pressure right there. Knight e4 takes... It seems unnecessary. Rook d1 is just a smart move to play in blitz, instead of just calculating a whole lot of things. Bishop e4 was possible. They're going after me. Bishop e4 is still potentially possible. I don't know if they can use that knight at all. But again, not necessary. I'm willing to just go here. Keep as much on the board as I can. You can go knight takes c2. I'm not really too concerned about it. I'm looking at d5. But we should have everybody cooking at that king. They can't move the bishop still because of that. And we've got everything right. Then d5 should be really, really strong. And now just another move stronger Alright, it is time to stop messing around. I didn't think they could get away with that. But they've been testing me. Haven't they? No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is the move. Attacking the knight and pressure on f6. I guess they have bishop c5. My king is still open. Which I did forget about. Bishop c5, I'm probably just sliding king h1. But yeah, we're attacking this knight. They went pawn c5. But now... What if I do this? Maybe just bishop takes was smarter. Because trade, they have bishop e7 here. I want to go queen h5. Threaten mate. They can still legally castle, but they will get mated. Now this, maybe? They take e6, I'll take their queen. I think bishop g7 last turn was smarter. Actually, because they can actually give their queen. Takes... Away with this? It's been a crazy game. Queen e7. It's possible I've done this wrong. They're running low on time too. Yeah, queen e7. I'm probably going rook e1. No, that doesn't make sense. My knight is here. Let's step out the way of that. Oh, rook. No, it wasn't playable. No, I should have just gone knight d6. Check, check. Alright, wait, now we're winning. What a game this has been. That was stupid. Alright. Let's just be a little more straightforward here. Push the pawn. I think we've got this. This has been a wild ride. Alright, we gotta stop c2. And now I'll checkmate him. What a weird game. Okay. What a game. GG. Alright, we can have a look at that one. Let's have a look. This was a fun one. I think... I kind of wish I did this a little better. But... You know, we did it. So, it was a Alapin Gambit accepted. And so as I was discussing, the point of the Alapin is, so again, the French, right? You play this move bishop e3, playing f3 here, take, take. So bishop e3, it actually, so if they don't take us, then we play e5, and bishop e3 is actually a very useful move in supporting the structure in general. And so they really should accept it. Like, for example, if they do this, this is already really nice for white. You never played something, like, annoying that had to defend one of these. You already just have a massive center. f6, you can just play f takes e5. You don't even have to, you can just completely ignore it. So they should accept it. And now I think what they're realizing is this maneuver gets really brutal. Pressure there, trying to take this knight and checkmate them. No h6 in that position. You know, the pawn's not in the way, so the rook's open, the queen's open. No h6 there because we can take it. g6, we'd put a lot of pressure on that knight and everything. So they didn't go for that. They played b6. What's the top engine recommendation? I don't know if you can hear that. I live on the ground floor here in Brooklyn, Williamsburg. And it is Halloween. So, Queen G3, threatened G7 here. Bishop F8, yeah, I mean, it was quite desperate. Best was actually just develop and then dare me to do this and try to coordinate this way. Which actually, yeah, oh, I would lose the bishop here. Interesting. You see that? I would lose the bishop. Because I can't stay tethered here. I can't, I would lose my queen here. I think I'm running out of spots. Because here, then it would open up this, right? With the knight not in the way, right? So they could take and then get me. So you got to be very careful. So yeah, I wouldn't have gone pawn fishing, and I would have tried to, you know, keep it hard for them to castle in either direction. They still got a queen in the way. They got to find squares. That's why they wanted knight c6, I think. So here, it says knight e5 was an inaccuracy, but it was really totally fine. Yeah, a6. Yeah, they wanted knight c6 so they could keep this open. Rook d1 was a very I mean, it doesn't deserve an exclamation point. It was just a sensible move to play in blitz. Trying to play d5. Honestly, I should have done more just quick sensible moves because time really was of the essence in this game. What's a good gambit against d4? I've got two of them. The Budapest Grafe Gambit and the Grafe Banco Gambit. I promise I'm not that vain naming them all after me. But if you go to the link tree, then you will find them all. Check them out there. Is that coming over the chat? Hopefully. Anyway, so knight b4 was played. Bishop c4 takes. So yeah, knight b4. I dodged this, offered this. Bishop g5. So it was fun stuff, and I'm trying to play d5. And yeah, so we got this pin. We got this. We got this. We got all our pieces working really well. Pressure here. Pressure here. Pressure here. In fact, the queen's probably doing the least. Because these guys are also trying to play d5. The rook's open. This fun stuff. 2 pawns down. But, like, the king's there. So this was, like, pretty fun game. Knight takes d4. Queen h4. We found the best move. Okay. We actually found the best move. Maybe I'm playing much better than I thought. Because, actually, to this point, I've played pretty sensible moves. Now we're attacking here. Just got a little crazy. So they played c5. Yeah, I was fully expecting bishop c5. Because of... now it undoes the pin. It's really a no-you on the pin. Because now the knight can move anywhere from being able to move nowhere. Because every move is check. So I would have to play king h1 and pull another Uno reverse card and say, no, you know, your knight is once again stuck. And, oh yeah, by the way, this is a pin. This is a pin. You know, you thought this one was bad. Check out what you've got going on f6. And even if you could move that knight, you've got worse problems on f7. It's not like you want a castle there. So, tough spot. You need one bishop here to defend the knight, and then you need another bishop there to defend this other knight. So, yeah, I think this is kind of collapsing around black. So c5 made that a little more solid, but it did give me lots of options here. So the very best move was neither bishop takes nor rook takes. In fact, okay, wait, rook takes was the second best move. This was also a decent move, just really piling up. The very best move was this nice bishop takes e6. What? Plus 4.6. Bishop takes e6. Takes. Oh, because you've gotten rid of this pawn now. Any queen move is mate. Look at that. Covering these squares. These pieces cover all these squares. This is literally checkmate. What a pattern from the bishop and the knight. It's a good pattern to know of them like that, because they cover all 4 of these squares. A bishop and a knight do. Because the knight will get these 2, and the bishop these 2. So, that's actually really nice. Wow, sacrifice here. And then sacrifice here. And now they're mated. Wow, like, wow. Such nice stuff from these pieces. Okay, wow. Bishop takes e6. Because if you do it in the other order, like how I did it in the game, bishop e7 comes, and I don't have time to force f takes e6 here and checkmate them, because they would take here, and I guess survive this somehow. So, wow. So yeah, that's where it would have been critical to have more time on the clock. That's where it would have been critical to have more time on the clock to calculate this right. But this is a tough move to find. Anyway, I think what I did was reasonable here. Rook takes f6 still winning. Takes. So I guess was I never not winning here? And then I found the other move here, queen h5. So bishop e7, another important move. Because, right, I'm down is crazy here. I'm down 3 pawns. I was down the 1 pawn to start the Alapin Gambit, and this knight has taken 2 pawns. So I gotta get something in return. I gotta get something in return. My opponent played really greedy and was really testing me. I'm like, okay, well, like, I need to have something to show for it. Yeah, I'm down 3 full pawns here. I guess I get... No, because I'm sacrificing an exchange. So I'm down 2 pawns and an exchange. Bishop e7 is pinning me, right? So I can't grab the rook. I would lose my queen. And so takes would just be a bishop trade. That's not what we want. That would throw everything away. So the critical move here was queen to h5. Stepping out of the way of this, reintroducing the threat on the rook, and yeah, you can't take my bishop because I also have other pieces joining the fight, and this bishop is also joining the fight there, trying to take e6 because the pawn's pinned, and the knight's pinned too, so maybe bishop takes e6 is on the table. Also, just in case you thought not everyone was involved in the party, the knight was doing actually the most important job of all, because if it weren't for this knight, black would be playing knight to f3 check or something like that, and then queen takes d1 next turn. Fortunately, the knight is there. So, I mean, a lot going on here, but a lot that can go on when your opponent's king is in the middle and they're busy taking pawns instead of, you know, developing. So, bishop e7, queen to h5, threatening mate. Okay, wow, what a game this is. So rook f8, and yeah, I play bishop takes e6, and immediately I'm like, I kind of regret it. And yeah, you can see the eval bar swing. You can see that swing, and it's really, my first serious miss of the game, unless you count missing bishop takes e6. I was saying during the game there was this move bishop to g7, which makes a lot of sense because it's the piece that's floating that you need to make a decision with, right? It's just randomly floating there. Coming to g7 makes a lot of sense. You're attacking the rook. That is the piece defending checkmate. So, you know, what could make more sense than that? However, black has some resources themselves, which is bishop to f6, giving that, and then taking this. They take the knight, not the bishop. The knight was the piece that was supporting checkmate right there. So that would be a good move on their part. Take, and then it gives them a crazy line with take. You don't want to take that maybe because of check, and then like the rook can come over as well. So wow, interesting lines here. But yeah, so you got to be very precise. So the winning move here was knight takes f7, which I missed. So what's happening here? We're attacking the queen, so you probably want to take that. And then you take here. Not here, but here. Because this knight, you take back this way. What an idea. Take the knight that way, so you can take the pawn this way. Take, open that up. Take here. Now you get that pawn with a brutal pin. What a gorgeous sequence. What a gorgeous sequence there that would be. Take here. Take here. Take here. Wow, that's almost even cleaner than take here first before touching this knight. Hold your temptations before touching this knight. And they can't really sack the queen because you haven't sacrificed anything here, right? So they don't have enough for the queen if they go for this. The rook's hanging and their king's hanging in this position. So they can't really sacrifice the queen there. And then takes. Now you just need to get rid of this knight and give that gorgeous mating pattern with the bishop and the knight. Again, wow, such nice stuff. Such nice stuff that can really come together when all your pieces are firing on all cylinders. Okay, let's keep moving forward with the game. Takes here, takes here, takes here. So bishop e7, queen to h5 we play, threatening mate, rook f8, I play bishop takes e6, and my opponent correctly takes here, right? So I thought here like this queen sacrifice might make some sense, and it's not so bad, because they are hanging on, and they're getting rid of dangerous pieces. And they do have a little bit. They do have, if you count it, they have 2 rooks and a pawn for the queen. But I'm taking one here, and it's always better to have the queen kind of when the kings are open, especially when time is low. But when kings are open, you want the queen over the pieces, as long as there's like some other pieces on the board that can help your queen. If the queen's just all by herself, then maybe that's kind of, you know, trades are going to help the side with the pieces. Because if the queen's all by herself, it's hard to cause damage alone. Anyway, so rook f8. I meant that the other way around. Trades help the side. Trades help the side with the pieces. Okay, knight f3 check, and takes here. Yeah, knight f3 check didn't make any sense. So what happened here? So they took f6. I took here. Yeah, I was saying this. I thought just queen e7, and they're kind of hanging on. Queen e7, they're kind of hanging on because any knight move they can just slide here, and it's not obvious what I do next. They actually have things defended. Like, everything's defended, so where is the Great Knight move? I guess they just assumed because of this that it was very dangerous, and they panicked under time trouble, but this is defended. So I think they're honestly fine, and I'm just down a little bit of material. Yeah, I can take, and I can try to get, like, a little bit back. But they're okay. Queen here. If I take this, just take. I'm down a piece. I'm still down a piece. and I've just ran out of things to sacrifice. So, yeah, rough when that happens. But, yeah, check here. I'm not sure. It seems just kind of like a panic move. My knight is defending my rook from this, so I can just keep that. And that made a big difference, because that was a very important knight. It was actually a very solid knight in the middle of the board. For all the criticisms of being pinned, it actually had a lot of things it could kind of do, like defend squares, and you know, it wasn't going anywhere. So, whoops. So, Queen f6 here, and 8d5 apparently was a great move. This was the wrong square. I should have gone here. King f1 was the wrong square, but okay, this is just kind of time scramble. d5 was a great move, apparently. Yeah, the bishop was cutting in there, so that seemed pretty necessary. Well, the other cute thing about knight d5 is it defended the bishop here from takes because of knight c7. So that was a cute idea. By the way, there's still this discovery. I'm just looking for a good spot for my knight. So we're just able to delay that a little bit. Bishop takes d5. Probably, yeah, rook takes f7 here. Sacrifice for some stuff back. Rook a7, we give this check. And check, and check. This was correct. Check. Now we drag a piece into the range of this knight. Nothing was really within range, but now this is because of this pattern. Check, forcing the king there, knight c6, and now we're taking here, and we're taking everything. So, wow, kind of a really interesting game. Obviously, this was really stupid. I put my queen right there, and I lost this bishop, like, right away. But we were able... This is still a winning endgame, just because, like, the queen is so much better than the pieces. Because there's few of them. And this pawn is really just rolling. Yeah, so I just needed to guard on a light square. Shouldn't have too much difficulty there. Just don't want to go there and encourage this with rook d2 and then have both these squares be defended by their pieces. So, yeah, just kind of got to get out the way. Pawn's rolling. Check, take that. And then, yeah, make sure you got c2, because if c2, you can get to c1, right? So you got to have that check and then king d3 to guard that there and mate coming. Yeah, fun game. Fun game. Wild Alapin Gambit. So subscribe if that one goes on YouTube. Yeah, weird one there. All right, let's run it back.
William Graves, the Gambit man, takes his seat at the board. e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. The Bushgas Gambit on the board. On with the Gambit classes. Hero pawn unlocked.